I want you to watch this ad because I know that it's going to enrage you. And then I want to show you the ad that is a response to this ad. And it's interesting because people have been asking me about this ad for a while, and I was saving it for you, if you must know, Janeane.
Well, thank you.
And here it is. Here's the ad. You ready?
Yes.
Why do we work so hard? For what? For this? For stuff? Other countries, they work, they stroll home, they stop by the cafe, they take August off. Off. Why aren't you like that? Why aren't we like that? Because we're crazy, driven, hard-working believers, that's why. Those other countries think we're nuts. Whatever. Were the Wright brothers insane? Bill Gates, Les Paul, Ali. Were we nuts when we pointed to the moon? That's right. We went up there, and you know what we got? Bored. So we left.
Oh my
Got a car up there,
gosh.
left the keys in it. Do you know why? Because we're the only ones going back up there, that's why.
Oh my gosh.
But I digress. It's pretty simple. You work hard, you create your own luck, and you gotta believe anything is possible. As for all the stuff, that's the upside of only taking 2 weeks off in August. N'est-ce pas?
I think next time I see that guy, because I have seen him around in Los Angeles, I will have to smack his face. And, ordinarily, I have always been not only sexually attracted to that actor, but I thought he was a very good actor.
Who is it?
He's an actor who appears in things. I mean, I don't know who he is. I have seen him in Los Angeles. And if, I rarely go to Los Angeles anymore, but if I do, or if I see him around New York, I'm going to have to say, what was going on with that Cadillac ad?
I think he'll tell you right off the bat. Cha-ching.
Oh no, I understand that, but is he also a right winger, or was he just a mercenary?
Maybe he would say, "I actually wanted to take the entire month of August off." So
Yeah, exactly.
There are so many problems with that, with the dialogue in there, and that is so ridiculous. And that
the actor is
macho
Neil McDonough.
I now take my sexual attraction back. Take it back, and this is going to go retroactive a few years back because I've noticed him on things for a few years and said, that kind of a Irishy firefighter quality that he has appeals to me. I'm not made
he really
of wood.
has a big puffed up chest. I like the part where he says, about the different countries, whatever is nice.
And you know what? All the different. He's talking about maybe a couple. I think France is one of them, and
some Western European countries, and
they take August off, but not everybody. But to imply, and also nobody else went to the moon, and Russian. There was certainly no Russian space race or anything like that, was there? And when are we going back up? When's that going to happen? Remember George Bush pretended we were in one of his State of the Union.
Mars, I think he was saying.
Yeah, just to get us feeling Kennedy-esque.
Going to
but
Mars.
I like how he also talks
Mars.
about how only America produced
Mars
Muhammad
needs
Ali.
guitars.
And doesn't sort of mention about all that stuff about Muhammad Ali refusing to go to war.
Right.
And
Well, there was subtext like, "Don't get me wrong, he was uppity, but nonetheless,
I know.
exactly.
he did come from
Unforgivable
us.
blackness.
I don't take August off because I'm too busy defrauding pension funds."
He's a Republican who got fired from the ABC series Scoundrels because he refused to do a sex scene because of his faith.
Well, all right. Well, there you go.
Actually, there had to be more to it than that because if they liked him as an actor or whatever, they would
would've
certainly
rewritten it,
worked
yes.
around it, used a
For
body
sure.
double. There was probably many things about his personality, which is obvious now from this commercial.
I love
that would make you want to.
Now, the
say
message
goodbye
of
to
this
him.
ad, particularly with the create your own luck thing, which I think is sort of is wonderful. Of
That's
course,
just
because
letting yourself off the hook. The positive, create your own luck.
it's
Let
also
yourself
just
off
sort
the
of
hook.
saying, my zip code that I got born into, the fact that I am white, and I got no other advantages over anybody anywhere. This is basically saying to the audience, hey, this is a time where people are taking issue with the 1%, and you should just know you have every right to be an a-hole and to assume that it was all you who did it. You are responsible for everything you have. Don't let anybody tell you anything else. This is basically
It's not new. That old chestnut is not new, but it's been used in more ads lately. You know what I mean? Like the Dunkin' Donuts, like theirs, and different car commercials try and use this kind of macho, white entitlement, American exceptionalism. It's just easy nonsense for people who don't want to think and don't want to care about other people. But does it sell more cars? I doubt it.
Well, I imagine on some level it just says that like, don't be ashamed to drive that Caddy. Do
Two,
not.
I mean, it's.
And actually, there is no reason to be ashamed of whatever car you drive. You know, whatever. That's fine. What you should be ashamed of is whoever wrote that copy.
I actually
should
disagree.
be ashamed.
You should be ashamed. No, I'm just kidding. But I talked to some friends in advertising about this ad, and they definitely were saying this ad for who that audience is perfect.
It's perfect.
I mean, it's disgustingly perfect. They're talking to a very specific demographic.
Well, it's very
and that's
obvious
it.
who
And
they're
it's very
talking
obvious, and they nailed it.
But
Yeah.
the thing is they're talking to
It's
anyone.
Koch brothers and haiku.
Right, but it's
basically.
also
Yeah.
people who vote against their better interests and people who can't afford that car who respond to that
Totally.
nonsense.
Totally.
And here is a response from Ford, which I think does sort of show that like on some level there is this 47%. This is the first one was the Mitt Romney ad, right? And here is a response by Ford, which is actually it's sort of fascinating that you see the response here is really the cars are almost irrelevant in this entire thing. This is really
Right.
just a worldview type of thing. And this one, that last ad, we should say, features a middle-aged white guy who doesn't speak to his kids as he enters.
No
No,
eye
he
contact.
just like in a very
No eye
Sorkin-esque
contact.
way flies through the house. He does walk and talk to the house.
Who
and
just
people
really
hand him
fast too,
things.
who Janeane no longer finds attractive.
Well,
No.
I know.
And I'll also
Like I
say-
said, I rescind.
The other
I
thing-
rescind my sexual attraction
The
to
other
that
thing
gentleman.
about that is that the quality of like the family. I think his wife at one time hands him something. I can't remember what
Well,
it is.
is she a wife or an
newspaper?
assistant?
Well, that's-
Everybody works for him.
That's exactly
Everybody
the
works for
attitude,
him.
right? The family is here. Just this is my support staff. I just walk through. You guys don't worry.
He
about
just
it. I
walks
got-
through speaking
All right.
in the house, and people hand him things.